Yo, what's up, chat? It is day 37 of my workout series. Today is back day. Second best day, in my opinion. Then leg day, then full body, and then core day. Oh, I hate core day. Oh, I hate core day. Anyways, first thing on the agenda for today will be barbell bent over rows. 4 sets to failure. Y'all, I just got in here in my garage and my balls are sweating like two big old meteors hurling towards Earth. It is hot in here. Oh, why don't you move to your room? You probably get air conditioning in there. Oh, I do. I just don't feel like it. Plus, the more you sweat, the more you're doing it right, or however the hell that saying goes. Anyways, don't know what to talk about. My mind is at a blank right now. Like I said, Europe was great. Almost got arrested in Germany. That'll be a story time for another day. But, yeah. Took lots of photos, like I said. At least over 2,500. Plus all the Polaroid photos I took. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Food is great. Vibes are great. The sights are great. The culture was great. Everything was great. Yeah. I'll talk more about it in depth one day, but right now I'm gonna finish those last 3 sets of barbell bent over rows, then we'll move on to the next thing. Alright, chat. I finished whatever the hell those were. Barbell bent over rows, yeah. And next up, damn, it's hot in here. Shit. Next up is dumbbell one arm rows. 4 sets to failure, 2 sets on each arm. So you're gonna see me do probably the left hand first, the left arm I mean, then the right arm, left arm, right arm again. Then we move on to the next thing, which I don't know what it is because it's been way too long since I've done this. But it's coming back, which is good. Which is good. It's good that it's all coming back to me, but like, it's been quite some time since I worked out. The only, like I mentioned, workout I really did in Europe was just cardio, a bunch of cardio. And, it was just walking. I didn't, go for, morning runs or whatever. Yeah. It was great, though, Like I said yesterday, I did at least 10 miles a day, every day in Europe. I think I preferred Florence a little more than Munich. Purely because everything in Florence was so together, Like, you could leave the hotel and you can go eat at a restaurant and, you could walk to the restaurant in, 3 minutes. In Munich, everything was spread apart. Everything. Like, if you wanted to go to a restaurant, it'd take you at least 10 minutes. 10 to 15. Depending on where you wanted to go. In Florence, if you wanted to go to a museum, 10-minute walk. Specific museum, maybe 30. Munich, at least a 30-minute walk to a museum. But I'm not saying Munich was bad. I'm not saying that at all. Except I almost got arrested in it, but we don't talk about that. Anyways, 3 more sets of dumbbell one arm rows. Then we move on to the next thing. Alright, y'all. Excuse me. I finished those dumbbell one arm rows, and next up is barbell or dumbbell shrugs. I think I do dumbbell this week, and then next week barbell. But yeah, forced us to failure. But yeah, in Florence and Munich were completely different from one another. Florence, like I said, everything was... Oh, great. The wasp's still here. Well. Oh, two of them. That's nice. Like I said, in Florence, everything's so together. Like I said, you could walk to a restaurant in 3 minutes. You can go to a shop or a store in 5 minutes. While in Munich, complete opposite. Everything's so spread apart. But they're both completely different, like culturally and architecturally, you know. Yeah. In terms of culture and history, or no, in terms of culture, for me, Florence had the better culture. In terms of history, obviously Germany, Munich, because, you know, mustache guy. Anyways, 3 more sets of dumbbell shrugs. Then I think we have 2 more things after that. I don't know. We'll see. All right, chat. Finished those dumbbell shrugs, and I was right. We have 2 more things left. Or I do. You just sit there and watch. It's barbell curls and then dumbbell hammer curls next after the barbell curls. Force us to failure. But yeah, I've mentioned this before already, but Florence and Munich were completely different in terms of everything. You know, one thing I noticed in Florence and Munich, in Florence, there are a lot more scammers. Like, they'll try to give you something for free, and then, they ask for a quote-unquote tip, right? They're like, my child, he hasn't had anything to eat in 16 days or something like that. And they'll just be like, can you give me at least, like, $1? Yeah. You see more scammers in Florence than you do in Munich. In Munich, I saw, like, 1 or 2 scammers? But there were a lot more street performers in Munich. Like, people play, like, instruments or, being quote-unquote art. Or, whatever. One of my favorite street performers in Munich was this guy who was playing the accordion who had no head. It was one of those effects where it's like the head's actually in the body and there's like no head on the hat. I don't know how to explain it, but he was my favorite street performer. I took a picture with the guy. It was pretty cool. But yeah, a lot more scammers in Florence, but in Munich, a lot more street performers. Anyways, 3 more sets of barbell curls, then we'll move on to dumbbell hammer curls. Alright, chat. Whew. And I'm tired. Finished those dumbbell curls. Last thing for today is dumbbell hammer curls. Oh wait. Barbell curls I just finished up. Dumbbell hammer curls is what's next. 4 sets to failure. I'm honest to God probably gonna try to go through these as quick as I can because I have to take a fat freaking dookie. Like a fat one. Also, I weighed myself. We're back to 204. Which is great. But, get rid of like 1.5 pounds of crap and you're at really like 202.5. But if you want to be nice, you could say I'm at 200 pounds on the dot. If you want to be nice. If you want to. Anyways, thank you for watching. This was day 37. Tomorrow's day 38, which is leg day.